The Nun is a prequel in the Conjuring franchise. We have already seen them do prequels before because they released Annabelle and then last year Annabelle Creation. However, chronologically speaking, The Nun does take place first. We are already also familiar with this demon who takes the form of a nun from the Conjuring 2 movie, as it was the main protagonist, the main nun, the main demon, the main spirit, the main villain, whatever you want to call it. This film takes place, 95% of it anyway, within the Abbey, which is an old castle-like building currently housing a covenant of nuns whose main goal is to keep the evil within at bay by constant prayer. Now overall, I just didn't think they did enough with it. This film is pure jump scares. Unless, of course, you're just completely terrified of nuns, then the entire movie's gonna be frightening to you, and I highly doubt you're gonna be seeing the movie anyway, if that's the case.
I'm not really sure this movie had any real action to it. I mean, any impactful scene was someone, trying to grab someone else, someone grabbing someone else, or someone thinking someone was gonna grab them. There's one gun in the movie, that's it. They intentionally had a main character Frenchie, a French-Canadian living in Romania, purely for the fact of comedic relief. When I say intentionally, I mean they were like forcing dialogue down your throat in hopes to make you chuckle as much as possible in between the suspenseful moments of the movie. I would say this concept had about a 25% success rate, as most of the time I was just rolling my eyes at what he was saying.
Interesting trivia factoid for you. The main character in this film is Sister Irene, who is played by Thaisa Farmiga. In real life, she's the younger sister of Vera Farmiga. Who's Vera Farmiga? Oh, I don't know. Just the main character in the entire Conjuring franchise, Lorraine Warren. Two main characters, two different movies in the franchise. Sisters. 20 years separates them. Why is there a problem with this casting, Jarvis? Well, they look almost the same. I mean, the entire time I'm trying to think, is Sister Irene supposed to be a younger version of Lorraine Warren? I mean, they look like they're the same person. They're in the same movie franchise. Chronologically, it would make sense. I mean, the Nun, I believe, is 1952, and, the Amityville stuff started happening in the 70s, early 70s there. It adds up. But why is this a problem? The entire movie I'm trying to debate if this is supposed to happen, if this is supposed to be the younger Lorraine Warren. This took me out of the entire movie. I was not able to focus on anything.
I already didn't even like nuns to begin with, except for Whoopi Goldberg, of course. They always just have that look like they just want to slap your hand with a ruler for no reason.
I'm gonna guess that the average person looking for their suspenseful moments or suspenseful feelings are gonna be fulfilled here, but for me, it was just underwhelming overall. 6 out of 10.
This movie just wasn't for the action fans. 2 out of 10.
If it has Conjuring in the name, yes, go see it. If not, it's just a cash grab at this point. 4 out of 10.
It did have more added bits of humor than the others in the franchise, but maybe it was just a little too forced. 4 out of 10.
So she isn't supposed to be a younger Lorraine Warren, so don't even try to worry about that or think about the timeline, because it'll just take you out of the movie as it did for me. But since Vera still is a babe, and it made me think about Vera, 8 out of 10. We here at Who's Review give The Nun the overall rating of back in the habit, as the franchise is back in the habit of filling a movie with jump scares and calling it a horror movie. Yeah. Whatever happened to horrifying people with actual movie elements? I want to be terrified or filled with suspense from what I'm actually seeing on the screen, not because something came out of somewhere really fast. A nun floating down a hallway? It just doesn't cut it for me. There you have it, that's our review. What do you think? Are we way off, right on? Let us know in the comments section below and we'll check it out and respond. As always, if you want to stay up to date on all things Who's Review, make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and most importantly of all, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We thank you guys for checking us out here at Who's Review, where everyone's a critic. A plane. My accent is off right now, I think. Let me do that again. Hello, 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 hello.